Hey guys, Joshua in the woods and Bremen Pipe Smoker. Hope you guys are well.
So we are.
We are. We're in a Germanic, a 2,000-year-old Germanic fortress. You may be able to tell from the background a slight uphill. So that uphill actually surrounds us. You can see it on all sides, and that is a ancient wall. And we are sitting in the center of it, in the bog section. And we're breathing the fresh air.
And some McClellans.
Right. We're smoking
Wilderness.
yeah,
You want to tell what it is?
McClellan Wilderness Pipe Tobacco. Shall I read it? Yeah, like your channel, we have to read it, right? But I'll
your
translate
video
it.
also.
I'll translate it into German.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Okay. This remarkable blend, formulated by Fred Hanna, provides a multi-layered, rich taste experience. The highest quality Syrian Latakia combines with small amounts of Cyprian to form the base of an exquisite array of rare and precious Orientals, sweet drama, exotic Yenije, and more. Red Virginias complement the blend, adding sweetness, richness, strength, and creaminess. Smoke this mixture and listen to the echoes of savored memories. Well,
Oh, we do that.
yeah,
We definitely.
I can hear the battle cries now.
Yeah, the battle prize. Yeah.
So
No,
we
it's a
were,
good one.
yeah, it is good. It is good. It's light, but that I guess that I've never had Syrian Latakia, so that it's very light, very easy to smoke.
So we had the Boswells northwards before,
Yeah.
and perhaps we should have done it the other way around. So,
Right.
but we didn't knew.
Yeah, we didn't know. We didn't know.
We didn't know. Yeah.
So on the way here, I was mentioning to Mark about a video that Leo Alderpold had done, talking about the UK forests and how things are done there. And Leo Alderpold made several mentions about how the way the Germans treat their forest he really appreciated. So I asked Mark about it, and I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about it, and maybe you can kind of open up, because in Germany it's very much, there's so much farmland, and then you get these small little sections, and generally, from what I've seen, they're usually only about a couple miles long or so. They don't go too far, of these patches of woods.
So farmland is normally quite small,
Right.
especially here in this region.
Yeah.
The reason is that when someone died, so that he divided the land for his sons. So it was cut. So after generations, the fields got smaller and smaller.
Right.
So these are small farming. This is small farming agriculture. So we don't have so many huge farmers here.
Yeah.
So these are mostly family farmers.
Right.
And they have some kind of appreciation for, I don't know, for their little woods. And even for special trees.
Right.
So what I told Joshua is that very often you see a little farm surrounded by oaks. So these oaks are to protect the buildings
Yeah.
from lightning, from storm and others. And then you have a field nearby, and sometimes you see a single oak right in the middle of the field.
An old family tree or so.
I don't know that. So it's not a tree for hanging. So, but no, but yeah, it's not easy for them to go around that. heavy machines, but they don't cut it.
Yeah.
So that's sometimes something I think about. So
Yeah.
why
I
don't
was,
they cut it? So
I was mentioning after Mark said that in India, in smaller villages and smaller towns, they won't cut the trees to build. They build around them. So you'll find these temples and even houses with courtyards, and that there's a tree right in the center of the temple courtyard, and it's an open roof because they wouldn't cut down the tree. So I guess that's kind of similar, where you have a certain respect for a certain tree, and you're not going to cut that one.
yeah,
So
yeah, it's perhaps even some kind of old fashioned.
right.
So that's a professor of mine always told that he always said, "Well, northern Germany was never Christian." So I don't know that,
Yeah.
but there's something about a nature habit or something that they going out under the trees.
Yeah.
So even if they have some religious days, so they like to go out and preach under trees.
Yeah.
That's strange for you wouldn't. I think you wouldn't see that in Italy, for example.
Yeah. They were connected to the woods, the forest.
There's some kind of connections of the
Mhm.
Germans to trees, especially to trees.
Mm.
The woods, but for trees. I don't
Yeah.
know. The whole environmental movement, so the green movement, that was driven by the fear of losing the trees.
Mm.
So that was Waldsterben. I don't know if you know that.
No.
So forest dying. So
Yeah. Wow.
with sour rain.
Yeah. So you were mentioning on how the trees, like, because there are certain sections of, you go by these patches of woods and you can see that they've cut in certain trees. They don't level them,
No.
but you can see that they cut and they replant here and there. So I think you were mentioning how they won't cut a whole bunch of trees down.
Normally they won't. So
Yeah.
the normal thing is you see certain trees marked for cutting them.
Right.
So
And that's for not disturbing.
it is also for some kind of forest farming.
Right.
So they sell the wood.
Sure.
So
Sure. It's
even
used.
Yeah, it's used, and even families they live by that.
Right.
They live by the forest,
Yeah.
but they don't cut certain parts of the forest
Yeah.
and renew it and wait another 40 years.
Right.
They cut single trees.
Right. So it's more respectful in that way. Actually, it's courteous to the forest. Actually.
Yeah. If they do it from that, or if they do it because it's more effective.
Sure.
So
Yeah, that's it.
so they cut a single tree when it's time to cut this one. So when it's at its best, I think.
Yeah.
So.
And it's prime.
But of course, you need technique to getting it out of the woods, and there's a tradition in that.
Right.
So they did it with very heavy horses in the old days.
That's cool.
To get a whole tree out of the forest, that's not easy.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Should we take another walk?
Yeah, we should walk. Yeah, it's beautiful here. It's beautiful here. I was mentioning to Mark that when I come to Germany, I'm in Bremen, which is a small city. Not small. Is it a small city?
No.
It's a big city. It's a big city compared
It's
to like Hamburg.
more than
and-
500,000 inhabitants.
Okay, so it's a big
That's
city.
not that small.
Yeah, it's not Los
We are a
Angeles,
state.
but it's right. Okay, so when I'm there for usually several weeks, and I spend all my time in the city. So I live next to the ocean, and I have a lot of view. I have a lot of open space around me all the time, hills and mountains I can see kind of broadly. So I'm not used to city life. So after a couple weeks in the city, I start to get really claustrophobic, and Germany is a little bit more cloudy than Southern California. So I have to get out.
It really is.
So Mark is pulling me out, and taking me out into nature. So with that, I think we're gonna hike a bit, enjoy the views. So hope you guys are well. This will be the German edition, and I'm sure through the years we'll have many more. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, we're already talking about future videos for coming years. So yeah.
So we're planning on that.
Yeah.
But now we have to leave because there's rain coming.
It's gonna start down to rain. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The dark clouds.
Yeah.
coming.
Okay.
So
Peace, you guys.
take care.
Thank you, Mark.
Be well
Yeah.
to the guys.
And perhaps see you again.
See you again. Let's head out.
Yeah.